As the domestic football season comes to a close, we see the start of the silly transfer season. That's right, and I've got some early door transfer predictions for you out in the Championship. That's right, folks, back once again with another video, this time looking at some potential transfer deals that could affect teams up and down the Championship. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to be bang up to date with all things Championship related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related, we're all here under one roof. So what's going to happen in this video today, folks? Obviously, it is a Blackburn Rovers channel, but I am actually going to take a wider look at some potential transfer rumours going on around the Championship that basically affect teams in the Championship, whether it is players coming into the Championship or leaving the Championship. So yes, it is not really focused on Blackburn Rovers. I'll do some references to Blackburn if we're linked with some of these, yes or no. But ultimately, it is a grand scheme of things. Some deals that have been developing since the opening of the transfer window. They are not confirmed, but they are these stories have been taken from sources online, so you can read into them yourselves if you want to read a bit further. I'll give you the name, I'll give you the club, and then you can do your own digging yourself just to confirm what I'm going to give you. But first, before we get into the detailed, because I've got some five detailed stories that I'll talk a little bit in a bit more depth. Before we get to those, I'm going to give you a quick fire top 10 some transfer dealings involving Championship clubs. Kick it off in number 10, we have this fella, Mwana Samata, who's actually a 26-year-old striker who plays over in Belgium for KRC Genk. That's right, Middlesbrough keeping a close eye on him as a possible replacement for Britta Sombalonga, who was rumoured to be on his way out in January. Obviously, big wages and all that kind of stuff. In fact, Rovers were linked with Sombalonga, but this one could be costly, so the chances of this happening are pretty slim, but it is one of the current strikers linked with Borough. But in at number 9, we have this ex-Rover and current Scunthorpe United player, Josh Morris. Now, Morris was in the headlines recently for some dubious reasons as the season came to a close, scoring an unsportsmanlike goal. But anywho, the winger has been muted with the likes of Reading, QPR and Millwall, with his contract expiring in the next few weeks. It doesn't help his case that Scunthorpe actually got relegated to League 2. So, yeah, I expect him to be on the move. And a lower Championship League club is definitely on the grabs. Now, how about this guy? Jack Butland could be on his way out of Stoke this summer. The England shot stopper, who defied all odds and stuck around the Championship last year, has been tipped to make a switch out of the Championship to Crystal Palace. Now, Stoke seem to be preparing for his departure by already inquiring about the services of Adam Davies from Barnsley. He's the shot stopper over there. I do expect Butland to make a move from Stoke this summer, with Bournemouth also sniffing around for England. He's not number 1, but he's in the mix. Now, by this guy, number 7, Leeds are still reeling after the Championship playoff heartbreak, and they could lose a key member of the squad, with Norwich sniffing around Calvin Phillips. Now, the Daily Mail suggests that newly promoted Norwich are poised to raid the midfielder from Leeds to boost their survival hopes next season. I do think there's some legs in this transfer. Phillips has impressed this season, and I see the likelihood he could be playing Premier League football next season. Into number 6, we have ex-loanee at Ewood Park, Raheem Harper. That's right, the young midfielder's contract is up at the end of the season. I actually quoted him, well, not quoted him, but I actually suggested that Rovers could be in for Raheem Harper as a buy, keep or sell in my video. A few teams have been muted with his services, but one source has it on record that Celtic could be the destination for the youngster. Still only 19 years of age. Things may not worked out for him at Rovers, but he did participate in West Brom's playoff push this season and could easily do a job in the Championship if he wants to remain there. But will he move north? I'm not so sure about this. It's not, Celtic don't have a confirmed manager next season, so to bring him in under the uncertainty of that, I think it's a little bit too early. So I, to be honest with you, I don't think the Celtic move will happen. I think he'll go somewhere else, and probably in the Championship, maybe even League One at a push. Now, how about a player who's making a move from League One to the Championship? We have this guy at number 5, defender Tom Lockyer. That's right, of Bristol Rovers, been heavily linked with Nottingham Forest. Now, this guy is a good bit of business for whoever snaps him up. He's actually Bristol Rovers current captain. He's only 24 years of age, so a good young age, and it'd be a big signing for any Championship club. And according to the source Bristol Live, the Welsh defender could switch League One for Championship with Forest this term. The deal has some legs, however, I expect other teams to stick their beaks in as the days go by, and we'll have to keep an eye on this one over the next few days to see if he does make a switch to Forest or he goes somewhere else. But anyway, it's one of them that I'd like to see Rovers get. It frustrates me that a lot of teams are getting out there early, or there's links out there early. The only link that we have with Rovers is with goalkeepers, which is good anyway. Anyway, at 4 we have this poor bastard, Craig Dawson from West Brom. Rumour has it them six-fingered banjo-playing weirdos are after him. Them scumbags down the road, according to the Birmingham Live, are preparing a £15 million move for the defender this summer. Some Albion fans have been quoted as, "I'll drive him there myself." The Dingles have the money to burn, so I do expect this poor bastard to be playing at Turdmore next season. At 3 we have Callum O'Dowda from Bristol City, who's linked heavily with Leeds United. The Irish international linked with them in January transfer window. Two of those bottle jobs, Leeds United. It seems that Leeds are looking for strength out wide after Jack Harrison returned to Manchester City, and also after missing out on Daniel James, who is all but a Manchester United player. Price for O'Dowda is around about $6 million. Not sure what Leeds have in the bank, but it's definitely a doable transfer for them. In at number 2, we have a young defender from Stoke who could follow Daniel James from Championship football to the dizzy heights of playing at Old Trafford. That's right. Collins from Stoke has been linked via Football Insider to Manchester United for a cool £7 million. United looking for defensive additions to the squad, and I'm sure they're expecting bigger names, but this young player has a talent to make it big, and I can see a buy to loan deal happening. And how about this guy there? Pretty much hot off the press, or recently anyway. Number 1, another Leeds United rumour. Jack Clarke, the young attacker, has been hotly linked with Tottenham Hotspur. Champions League finalists, Tottenham Hotspur. A variety of sources have linked the 18-year-old to a move to the sexy new London stadium. Still a bit raw, just like the Nathan Collins deal. Perhaps a buy to loan. Not too sure on this one. Perhaps in a year or two, a big move. But to be honest with you, I expect him to remain at Ellen Road this season. That, my friends, concludes a quickfire top 10. Okay, folks, after we've wrapped up the quickfire top 10, let's take a look at 5 other deals that have got legs, picking up a bit of steam over the past few days. So, according to Talk Sport, Sheffield Wednesday are interested in this man, Rotherham United midfielder Will Vaulks. Now, Vaulks is a big-time player for the Millers, and with them being relegated to League One this season, he may need to leave the clubs in order to continue his development now. So I'm not trying to piss on the parade of Owls fans, but Rovers have also been muted with this player via some dubious accounts on social media. So I do believe Vaulks will make the move. He was there with obviously this season and also last season. Cardiff, Norwich, Sheffield United and Derby also keeping a close eye on Vaulks' situation. He did score 8 goals in 42 appearances last season, 25 years old. I do expect him to make a move, but I don't know where. Sheffield Wednesday, yes, they've been linked with a few players over the transfer window. I think the bigger boys, Norwich, Sheffield United, I think that is a too big a move for the lad. I think he's going to be remaining in the Championship, so I think Sheffield United and Norwich should have bigger fish to fry. He's more of a grinder than he is as a flair player. Next up, we have this guy, Macauley Bonne. That's right. Player I know, well, I don't really know him, but I know of him through my very first Football Manager save that I did on the channel with Leighton Orient. It's called Save the Orient, and this guy was immense. He was the backbone of my team. I was only there 2 or 3 seasons, but he scored a butt-ton load of goals. But in the real world, he's actually a bit of a player as well, actually scoring a bucket load of goals for the Orient as they got their way back from non-league football back into the Football League. And he's done such a good job of it that not only Championship clubs but also Premier League clubs are sniffing around him from all over the place. Middlesbrough, for one, are looking to improve their strike force over the summer, with Britt Summerlonger set to leave, and Bonne could fit that role nicely. left by him. Now, this is one of the transfers again. I'm just gonna shout it out just in case Mowbray's listening or one of his crew is listening. Get stuck in on this one. We do need a striker. This guy fits the bill. Assombalonga is way too overpriced. This guy, just get stuck in there, Mowbray. This will be an absolute beast of a signing. But the Zimbabwean international has also attracted interest from newly promoted Sheffield United as well as former Premier League winners Leicester City. And I'm sure Macauley Bonne will make a move this summer. I'm sure he's got a long list of clubs knocking on the door for him, especially the fact after Orient are back in the Football League and they can kick off from there. So yeah, I'm going to give him the traffic light colour of orange. I think he's going to make a move, but I just don't know where. I don't want to sell Sam down the river and say he's going off to Middlesbrough where he could end up somewhere else. But the sources are out there, have linked him to Sheffield United, Leicester, and Middlesbrough. Okay, next up we have this fella, Joe Bryan, who is from newly relegated Fulham. Now, according to folks at Football Insider 24/7, Newcastle United are interested in the man. Now, Bryan, who only signed for Fulham back in August 2018 after he double backed out of a deal to join Aston Villa, is still on 25. And he would like to continue his Premier League journey, and with a move up north looking promising, the Toon could be the venue for the left back. Bryan actually started the season with Bristol City. I played at least one game with him last season before the deadline day move to Fulham. He later made 23 appearances, scoring 1 goal in the Premier League for Fulham. Now, to be honest with you, I just purely the fact that if he was to join Newcastle, that would be his third club within the course of just over 12 months. I think that sounds a little bit off. I just don't think this will happen. I think he's going to give it at least one more season with Fulham to see if he can get them back at the first attempt. I think with Lee Clarke there and you know the camaraderie, Fulham they were actually quite a shocking relegation from the Premier League. I think a lot of teams, a lot of pundits, a lot of people out there expected Fulham to stick around, but they didn't. So to be honest with you, I give this the traffic light colour of red. I think Bryan will stick around for the course of the season, at least to January, to see what if Fulham are on track to get themselves back in the Premier League. We made the switch down to the dizzy heights of London from Bristol, so. Yeah, I think it's just too soon. I think he's going to stick around. So despite the sources linking him to Newcastle, I'm going to give this a big fat no. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think he'll move. I think he'll stay. He's a good player. They need good players, especially if Sessegnon's going to make a move, which is probably more likely. Next up, we have one of the hottest properties outside the Premier League, Luca Connell. He's on everybody's hit list. Absolutely everybody's hit list, except for flipping Blackburn Rovers. Get stuck in, Mowbray. This guy has got absolute talent. Now, the first time I spotted this guy, obviously, for me, was the Blackburn Rovers Bolton game at Ewell Park. He was a breath of fresh air. Obviously, Bolton were not in the game, but he's just had a bit of talent about him. Now, the young Irish lad looks set to leave the Trouble Club Bolton this summer with Norwich, Preston and Leeds in a long list of clubs looking to snap up this young talent. Despite the list of Championship clubs, other reports have linked Premier League giants Spurs, Everton with him, also Rangers up north, and also the Portuguese gods, that is Wolves. So with the financial worries at Bolton, nobody is safe, and Connell is expected to leave for next to nothing, if I'm honest with you. But to be honest with you, despite with the huge list of clubs linked with the lad, I think the Premier League is going to be a step. If he's going to play regularly next season, he's going to have to be playing in the Championship. I think he's proven he can handle it at the Championship for the course or for the majority of the season. I think the Premier League next season is a step up for him already. So the only way I could see him making a move to the likes of Norwich, Everton, Spurs, Wolves would be a buy to loan deal. So it would be a buy, maybe back loan to a club in the Championship to continue his development. So if that doesn't happen, I think it's going to be a straight up dogfight between some big clubs, or reasonably big clubs anyway, in the Championship to snap him up. But I am telling you now, Mowbray, if you're listening, get involved in this kid. If we can get him for next to nothing, he's just down the road. bus fare would be like a quid to bring him over. It would be absolute stinking bargain, especially if we are looking to maybe sell Dak. I know there's only like little rumours about that might happen. Then, you know, bringing in talent like this would make the move or that deal a little bit less bitter in your mouth. But next up we have, finally should I say, we have this fella. We have the 2017-2018 second best League One player of the year, Nick Powell. That's right, the ex-Manchester United man. His contract is up at Wigan, and he's not going to sign. Why would you? So he's on his move. Now, reports have him linked with Stoke City, and a deal is expected to be announced shortly. However, lastminute.com, in comes Sheffield Wednesday, and they've recently expressed their interest in the attacking midfielder. However, to be honest, I think this deal is as close to done as you can get. Stoke have got the clout and, of course, the money. So I think Sheffield Wednesday are wasting their time. I think it could be one of them smokescreen jobs just to tell their fans, hey, we're trying our best to get involved in some of the bigger deals. To be honest with you, I think if Stoke do get this guy that's getting some good business done nice and early, I already praised them last season for getting their shit in order in defence. I thought they improved the defence wholeheartedly, and now they're looking to improve their attacking lines, and that is some worrying times for us Championship clubs now, because I think Stoke. I know I'm going to do my early door Championship predictions in the month of July, but I think Stoke already are making the right noises, the right sounds to have me convinced that they're going to be top 6 contenders easy. And if not top 2 contenders, because the defence was airtight towards the back of the season, and then this deal would add some good clout to their attacking line. So yeah, good bit of business. I'm going to give it a good cold heart of traffic light of green to suggest that he's on the move, and he's on the move to Stoke. There are various sources linking that move to happen. Anyway, folks, that's pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. But if you do, smash the subscribe. I'm going to hopefully try and bring you transfer updates on a weekly basis. Maybe every Sunday, something like that, depending on, at least once a week anyway. And then obviously if there's any Rovers deals out there, I'll do a special Rovers video along those lines. But I'm going to let you get out of here. Before I let you go, make sure you drop your own thoughts and opinions about what will happen with this transfer window. What you'd like to see happen, what you hope will happen. Just give me some juice, boys and girls, in the comment section down below. What do you think about Luca Connell? I think he's going to go somewhere. Whoever signs him up is going to have a real good talent on their hand for the next 2 or 3 years before then another bigger club, Premier League club, will come sniffing in. What about Macauley Bonne? Sign him up, Mowbray. Sign him up. Anyway, till then, thumbs up, subscribe. Ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.